It's not a pure corporate. He failed the interview. He doesn't have a job. No. நம்மளால் எத்தனை பேருக்கு வேலை கொடுக்க முடியும்? 100 பேருக்கு. நம்ம பேசுகிறது 5 லட்சம் பேர். COVID changed things completely.
Vignesh, Santosh, Mohan, and Maria.
Good morning, everyone. Here we have Krishnamurthy Mohan, Salesforce Practice Lead, Director of CRF Planet, having 20 plus years of experience in delivering open source ERP, BI, and CRM solutions. As Solutions Delivery Manager and founder member of 10 Planet Technologies. He's having a passion for Salesforce and how to connect with talent and deliver value to customers. We welcome you, sir.
Welcome.
And thanks, Ashok. Krishnamurthy Mohan, pretty much called as Krish. And we started this company called as 10th Planet almost 20 years back, right? So we just 3 of our classmates or friends. So we were in the US, so we came back. That is how this company called as 10th Planet was formed. So it was started with only 4 people, right? And I was one among them. And today we are like a 100 plus company, and our office is in what you call as the Chennai. It's Anna Salai. I know nowadays for people, OMR is Chennai, right? So when we started the company, Mount Road was Chennai, right? And so our office is still there. And post-COVID things changed, right? And that is the 20 years journey of 10th Planet. And at that point of time, I think Java used to be the language for open source. And how many of you know this concept called as open source? Have you heard of this term called as open source? No, fine. See, there is proprietary software and then there is open source software, right? Meaning which proprietary softwares are Microsoft, even Salesforce or anything, right? So open source software, for example, we use Google, Yahoo, Skype, many softwares for which we don't pay the cost, licensing cost, right? We use that software. So it's developed by the community. And many of us have used softwares like that. No? Yes? Chat, Talk, Google Meet, right? We don't pay for it. So who developed it? Why are we getting this for free, right? So this is the concept of open source software. Java is the programming language, right? That is how the company was started, and then it went on in different directions. And then came the CRM, the Salesforce practice. All this is the background journey of 10th Planet and myself, right? And professionally, all this 20 years, my role has been solutions delivery to the customers. So, 3 விஷயம் என்ன சொன்னோம்? Cost, quality. So, where you are a customer, right? You go to a hotel, you take a service. You book a Ola, you take the service. You book a railway reservation, you take the service, right? You use a banking application. When we are a customer, we expect this 3 things, right? Time, cost, quality. Fine. Let's say IT service. What is the customer going to expect from you? So he is also expecting those 3 things, right? What? Time? Same, right? Number customer இருக்கும்போது let's say even we go for someone said about customer interaction or there is one key word now you can associate with it. It's called as experience. Any one of you have been exposed to the way of standing in the queue and buying a ticket? Maybe Ashok, have you done that? No. Not even in Ashok's experience. The generation have passed. I have been, right? Where you are standing on the queue on a day 1 of a movie and buying the tickets or something, right? Now the whole user experience has changed for this generation. So அதுக்கு பின்னாடி என்ன இருக்குன்னா டெக்னாலஜி இருக்குது, கரெக்டாக? யாருமே இன்னைக்கு ஐபிஎல் டிக்கெட் ஓப்பன் ஆச்சு 1 ஹவருக்கு முன்னாடி. யாரெல்லாம் ட்ரை பண்ணீங்களா? பண்ணல. Anyone tried? Anyone tried online? No. You didn't get it. I was 50,000 in the queue, right? So it went on. I was there for 90 minutes hoping to get 2 tickets. Queue number 50,000 சொல்லிச்சு. அது பாட்டு குறைஞ்சிட்டே இருக்குது 50,000 சரி அப்படியாச்சும் ஒரு 2 டிக்கெட் கிடைக்குமான்னு. So what I'm telling is, customer-உடைய experience level has gone high, right? If you go back 8 years, it was different. You wouldn't believe if that, அந்த ஸ்டோரி சொன்னோன்னு வைங்களேன், இப்போ நான் லைனில் நின்று 2 மணி நேரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி டிக்கெட் வாங்கினேன். You may not get that experience, but it's true, right? Whatever our father and parents have said, take it from me. நான் ஒரு எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி பில் கட்டணுன்னா half a day ஆஃபீஸ்க்கு லீவ் பண்ணணும். எத்தனை பேர் நம்புவீங்க இது? நம்புவீங்களா அட்லீஸ்ட்டு? ஆனால் அது உங்கள் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸில் இல்லை. யூ ஒன்லி ஹவ் டு பிலீவ் வாட் ஐ செட், ரைட்? பிகாஸ் யூ கேனாட் வாட் இபி பில்க்கு half a day ஆஃபீஸ்க்கு லீவ் பண்ணணுமான்றது. தட் இஸ் வாட் வென் மை எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ். நவ் இட்ஸ் லைக் பை அ click of an operation, you can perform a payment gateway and get it done, right? This is user experience. So இதையே இந்த கான்டெக்ஸ்டில் சொல்ல வரேன்னா, வாட் இஸ் மை ஹோல் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஆஃப் 20 years பீயிங் இன் சொல்யூஷன் டெலிவரியில் நான் கற்றுக்கிட்ட பாடம் என்னென்னா, கஸ்டமர்ஸ் எப்போவுமே இந்த 3 விஷயத்தை எதிர்பார்க்க போகிறாங்க, கரெக்டாக? ஃபஸ்ட்டு குவாலிட்டின்னு சொல்லுவேன் நான் என்னோடய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸில். அது இல்லைனா திரும்பி ஒரு கஸ்டமர் உங்ககிட்ட வரவே மாட்டோம். எப்போவுமே பாருங்கள், ரைட்டா? டைம் ஒரு 5 minutes, அது ஒரு 5% 10% வச்சுக்கலாம். தெர் இஸ் அ வேரியேஷன், ஹீ மே கம் வித் இட். லாஸ்ட் திங் இஸ் த காஸ்ட். மெனி ஆஃப் அஸ், இஃப் யூ ஆர் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபைட் வித் த ஃபஸ்ட் 2, ரைட், யூ வுடன்ட் ஈவன் மைண்ட் பேயிங் அ லிட்டில் பிட் ஹை. இஸ் இட் நாட் ஆர் நாட்? உங்களுக்கு அந்த தாட்டே எப்போ வரும்னா, நான் அதிகமாக பே பண்ணேன் கம்மியாக பே பண்ணேன்றது எப்போ வரும்னா, நீங்கள் முதல் 2த்தில் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபை ஆகலைனா தான் 3rd வரும், ரைட்? ஸோ இன் அ வே வாட் ஐ எம் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ப்ரிப்பேரிங் ஃபார் யூ இஸ், if you are going to be in customer service, right, whatever it, don't take it a support job or a development job or a project manager, whatever it is, invariably we are going to be in a spot of providing services or support to someone, right? You may not know the client. We don't know who developed Ola, isn't it? The Ola app, theriyuma namakku, but we consume it, right? Likewise, you are going to work in a software application, provide service to a customer, be on support everywhere where there is someone else who is going to consume your service, right? We may not see it on hand. அப்போ எண்ட் கேம் என்ன ஆகிடுதுன்னா, நம்ம இந்த 3த்தையும் சாட்டிஸ்ஃபை பண்ணோம் அப்படின்றது இந்த சொல்யூஷன் டெலிவரியில் ஒரு முக்கியமான ரோல் ஆகிடுது. இதை நம்ம டெய்லி ப்ரோக்ராம் நீ கரெக்டாக பண்ணோம், டாக்குமெண்ட் கரெக்டாக பண்ணோம், கம்யூனிகேஷன் கரெக்டாக பண்ணோம், இதெல்லாம் இட் ஹேண்டில்ஸ் வித்தின் இட், ரைட்? When you know the larger purpose, you can map it internally. So many the times in my company or my team, I quote the health department or the medical industry as an example, right? So we all know how that particular people worked during COVID, yes or no? The whole world is in, what do you call, lockdown, but there is one industry which is working on the other side, right? ஸோ இது எதுக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லணும்னா, அந்த மாதிரி லைஃப் இன்டென்சிவ் இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸும் சர்வீசஸும் சப்போர்ட்டும் இருக்குது, கரெக்டாக? ஐடி இஸ் கம்பேரிட்டிவ்லி பெட்டர். நம்மளாம் சாண்ட் பாக்ஸ்னு ஒரு என்விரான்மெண்ட் இருக்குது, கரெக்டாக? ஸோ ஹவு மெனி ஆஃப் யூஆர் ஃபெமிலியர், யூ நோ த சாண்ட் பாக்ஸ் என்விரான்மெண்ட், ரைட்? ஸோ வை டு வி ஹேவ் அ சாண்ட் பாக்ஸ்? ஸோ யூ கேன் ட்ரை சம்திங், ரைட்? யூ கேன் ட்ரை சம்திங் பிஃபோர் புட்டிங் இட் லைவ், yes or no? But in some other industries they don't have an option. In IT alone we have the liberty, dev, QA, mirror, sandbox, pre-production and then finally production, yes or no? IT-நாலே ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஸாக இருக்குது, ஐடினாலே கஷ்டமாக இருக்குது, ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஃபுல் ஜாபு அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது நம்ம வேறு ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் இருந்து அதை பார்த்தா நமக்கு இது தெரியும். So I'm not saying this has its own challenges, I agree. But if you compare to many other industries, I think you know the thing, you can afford to make a mistake, learn and then improve. So this is about the IT side of things, right? So I'll ask you one question and then maybe we can navigate to some of the key slides. How many of you are from within the IT background seeking for a job in Salesforce? ஐடிக்குள்ளே தான் படிச்சிங்க, ஆனால் இப்போ சேல்ஸ்ஃபோர்ஸ்க்குள்ளே ஷிஃப்ட் ஆகுறீங்க. டெக்னாலஜி எத்தனை பேர் போல் just see, it's an open conversation. It's like I am talking to my team, because you cannot be so 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? And how many of you are switching from a non-IT but now you are getting into Salesforce? So now I know an idea. ரெண்டுத்துமே கை தூக்கலனாலும் எனக்கு தெரியும் பஸ். This question is a little important to me, so that அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி உங்களுடைய ப்ரிப்பரேஷன், I call this whole thing, this whole program as journey to Salesforce. It's called as J2S, right? இந்த journey to Salesforceன்றது உங்களை வந்து from a non-employment mode, right? At least just be very honest. What is one core objective behind all of you to do this program with Ashok and AJSD? What is the one core objective? Right? அது இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ரிஃபைன் பண்ணோம்னா, ஜாப்னு சொன்னார். ஓகே, I'll take that answer. How would you refine that answer a little bit more? Skill. அதில் ஏஜே ஸ்கில்லே இருக்குது. ஸ்கில் டன். கெரியர்ன்றது நெக்ஸ்ட் 15 இயர்ஸ்க்கு இந்த ஜேர்னி உங்களை டிஃபைன் பண்ண போகுது. ரைட்? My talk was oriented towards that. Most of you are in a way preparing for your next, at least let's say next 10 years journey. Many people from mechanical or electrical. I have seen people from finance dropping off their job. I am seeing people from banking industry dropping off their job. Teachers drop their job. They think, okay, I'll make a career decision, right? It's very important for them to choose a different field. Yes, and get into it. For some people who are already there in a job, who are already there in another industry. This is the journey for your career. கை நல்லா தூங்க, எனக்கு கஷ்டமாக இருக்கும். ஸோ இட்ஸ் எ லிட்டில் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஃபார் யூ, ரைட்? ஸோ யூ ரியலைஸ் இட். I am making a decision for my next 5-10 years, yes or no? So it comes from you. Then there is Ashok and his team who is kind of playing this role in moving from wherever you are, right? You are from IT background, fine. You are from a non-IT background, fine. You were in a job for 7 years, 10 years, you are dropping it. No, sir, I was a gold medalist in engineering. I took 90%. I left my career because of personal decisions, career break. The next 5-year journey, the next 10-year journey, you have in the form of Ashok and AJSD who is trying to guide and navigate you. There are so many opportunities outside. We are picking Salesforce as a platform. So skill, employability, and you have to be employed, isn't it? Right? So is this context clear? Now then we can go Salesforce. Salesforce முன்னாடியே இந்த ஈக்குவேஷன்லாம் கிளியராக இருக்கணும். ஏன்னா Salesforce is one technology, one tool, which is a very powerful tool, which is connecting, right? But this is true for any context. இங்கே என்ன சொல்லித்தரப்படுது Salesforceல? What are all the various things you learn from here in Salesforce? Just keep it open, just go, all of you.
IT background. அது வந்து நாங்கள் கெரியர் கேப் ஒரு 4 இயர்ஸாக வந்து எனக்கு டெக்னிக்கல் நாலேஜ் சரியாக இருக்கிறதுனால நான் 4 இயர்ஸாக நான் ஐடி பேக்ரவுண்ட் ஒர்க் பண்ணேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் இங்கே வந்தவொடனே வந்து நான் பயந்தேன், எனக்கு ஐடி பேக்ரவுண்ட் இல்லைங்க. அதாவது வந்து சிம்பிள் இங்கே ப்ராப்பர்ட், அதாவது சார் கலவை சரியில்லைன்னா கேக் கூட செங்கலாக இருப்பாங்க, ஆனால் இங்கே வந்து அது கரெக்டாக இருக்குது. அதாவது நான் ஐடி பேக்ரவுண்ட் வந்து டெக்னிக்கல் பேக்ரவுண்ட் வரைக்கும் ஆரம்பத்துலேருந்து கடைசி வரைக்கும் என்ன கொண்டு என்ன எப்படி போகணுங்கிறது ஒரு ஆதர் பேசிஸாக இருக்குது, இன்க்ளூடிங் அவருடைய மெட்டீரியல்ஸ். வந்து அதாவது சுத்தமாக நம்பிக்கையே இல்லாமல் வந்து எனக்கே இப்போ நம்பிக்கை இருக்குது, ஜெயிச்சிருவோங்கிற நம்பிக்கை. ஸோ என்னாலே முடியுங்கிற பொறுத்த மற்ற எல்லாராலையும் முடியும். அவருடைய ஸ்டடி மெட்டீரியல், அவருடைய ஃபோக்கஸ், அவருடைய ட்ரைனிங்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்குற ஈடுபாடு, இது எல்லாமே ஒரு வெல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் பிளாட்ஃபார்மாக இருக்குது.
நீங்கள் சேல்ஸ்ஃபோர்ஸில் லேர்ன் பண்ண ஒரு விஷயம் சொல்லிவிட்டு நீங்கள் மைக்கை பக்கத்தில் இருக்கிட்ட பாஸ் பண்ணுங்க.
சிஆர்எம் அண்ட் மோர் மணி இன்கம் ஃபார் த ஜாப். இப்போ ஃபியூச்சர் வந்து சேல்ஸ்ஃபோர்ஸில் வந்து நிறைய வருமானம் தர மாதிரியான விஷயங்கள் வந்து சேல்ஸ்ஃபோர்ஸில் வந்து கற்றுக்க முடியுது ஃபியூச்சரில்.
How we can customize the software through declarative way and also through programmatic.
I learned between user interaction between customer and user.
As of now, I completed Salesforce administration and I am in the topic of Hubbard's. I completed Triggers and now I am in level 50. That's why I say yes.
Good.
I said programmatic. I learned about the automation in I learned ancient botnet. They create chat botnet. My opinion is Salesforce marketing. So that's I like it.
Salesforce
Marketing.
marketing. Okay, cool.
Again, I have got flows like
Flows.
automation, and Salesforce unique.
Good.
Multi-tenant learning. Salesforce.
Cool.
How to build the component?
Components. Okay.
Data security.
Super.
Big formulas in the
Learning Sales Cloud.
Validations and matching criteria, duplication.
Top share market holder now. It's a future also. It will have a top share market.
Salesforce is helping their clients, customers to grow their business and the service through their platform.
I have not seen many technologies where already the solution is developed, and if anything we are not able to do with the developed solution, then only we will try and customize it according to our needs.
ஸ்கில்ன்றது உங்கள் ஜேர்னியில் கேரி ஃபார்வர்ட் ஆக போகுது. அந்த ஸ்கில்லை உங்களுக்கு ஃபஸ்ட்டு இம்பார்ட் பண்ணது யார்? AJ skill. So you will never forget this. See, especially why I am telling this is, for many of us, the first job or the transitioning into a new industry is always going to be a life-changing one. Companies like our role comes in, right? Because I am between you and the customer. Now I am in the employment spot, providing an employment to a candidate, making his work is deliverable to the client. That is the responsibility I am taking. That is the risk I am taking. You can have 2 hours here, right? There is a responsibility. You have to deliver to the customer. We are taking a job, right? We won't go back to that customer if he doesn't deliver the job. Yes or no? Same thing with 10th Planet. Same thing with CRM Planet. If we fail once, the world is so connected. Social networking, right? Anyone can say, you can go to a hotel and come back and put a comment. 1 star கொடுத்துட்டு வெளில வந்துட்டே இருக்கலாம். To be in business for 20 years, right? Again, there is a saying in English, guard your reputation like life. And this is true for any business. அப்போ நான் அந்த ஸ்பாட்டில் இருக்கும்போது Salesforce ஸ்கில் தெரிஞ்ச ஒருத்தவங்களை தான் எடுக்கிறேன். நான் ஸ்கில் தெரியாதவங்களை எடுக்கல. ஐ எம் கான்ஷியஸ்லி அவேர். I don't have the bandwidth to teach people declarative or programmatic or Apex or LWC. சொல்கிற bandwidth எனக்கு இல்லை. I am very clear. I can date back this conversation when I had with Ashok, when I clearly said, you train people. You are giving him the skill. Now my job is there is a small layer to make them deployable, to make them customer ready. நம்மளால் எத்தனை பேருக்கு வேலை கொடுக்க முடியும்? 100 பேருக்கு. நம்ம பேசுகிறது 5 லட்சம் பேர். We have not grown. The COVID changed things completely. நான் டீமோடு இருந்தால் தான் ஒர்க் பண்ணுவேன். எனக்கு டெய்லி ஒரு 20 பேரை பார்த்தா தான் மோட்டிவேட் ஆகும். 2 பேர் கூட சேர்ந்தால் நான் எப்படியாச்சும் கற்றுப்பேன். No. That is all an extra motivation or an inspiration. Do it yourself. So take it from me. I'm not going to ask the what questions. What? Because what has been taught already. There is no point for me in going to ask you what is a permission set, what is a profile. Okay, rather the question is going to be, where would you apply a permission set? Where would you apply a validation rule? We are going to give a context. We are going to give a situation. That's the next thing which use case. In the sense, in this situation, which technique you are going to apply? Because you have been taught the techniques already. Are you going to apply method A, method B, technique A or technique B? That is the difference. When I told about getting ready for the job. Whatever you have learned, you are going to apply. So is he applying a right technique? Is he applying a better technique? That gives me an idea, candidate A or whoever that person is, applying the technique. And take it from me, I have given almost 3 levels of do-it-yourself sessions for people. I don't determine or decide the candidate at the first level itself. So it's 3 levels, because so they are also new, right? We can understand. They are also new. They have to learn. Because Salesforce, you have to remember one powerful word, which is called as a community. Salesforce is driven by community because Salesforce encourages people like us to get more people into the Salesforce platform. Understood? It's not a pure corporate. He failed the interview, he doesn't have a job. No. That's another world. Salesforce is community driven, where people like us are strongly guided to absorb people into the platform. So I say, okay, these were the things which you made a mistake, you could have done better. You apply a different technique in the next level, try another more. But no oral, no verbal, you are reading from the book, governing rules, 100, SOQL, all, please don't reproduce what you have learned. That is not the context of the interview, right? Everyone can say this, SOQL, limits, governing limits, all this. Now the question is, given a situation, how would you avoid an SOQL error? Where would you apply a batch class? Because they are going to give you the context where you will go for a future method. And one person brought this topic of declarative versus programmatic. And that is going to be a very powerful word which you are going to always be challenged upon. You said Apex, right? So he wrote a program in Apex for a company, right? How long that program is going to be maintained? Tomorrow the logic changes. Let's say he moved to another job. Someone has to keep maintaining that code. Yes or no? That is the programming side. It is more intensive in terms of learning, deployment, everything. That is from a developer. For the customer, it's about maintaining that code for a very long time. So the answer is declarative is what the customer will like. Number one. Try to solve my problem. And one person said click and configure. Using click and configure. And also it's easy for maintenance. Right? Now another question. Maybe to the audience on the online. So how many of you believe all the real world problems can be solved by declarative?
If the problem is too complex to be solved through point and click, then we will have to write the code. If there is a way to solve it through point and click, then that is the better option, right?
Okay.
Depends on the complexity of the issue.
Okay. Good answer. Right? So you learn from AJ Skill or Ashok from your faculty that what can be achieved by declarative and what cannot. This will be one very key thing, right? You are always on top of, you can make the decision. Can I solve it using a workflow? Can I solve it via an approval process? Right? Using flows, using formulas, all this. You should exhaust these options before going to programming. One more key thing I will tell you, don't distinguish yourself as I'm an admin and I'm a developer. For God's sake, please. My request. That's a title. A developer means he's strong in admin. I strongly recommend my team, my people to be on the customer side. Many people have still a slight fear towards development.
If you are interested to learn Salesforce, visit AJ Skill Development website. There you can find our course curriculum and you can come to know about the list of courses we are offering. We are offering Salesforce Administrator and Salesforce Development courses. To know about us and the team, you can visit our About Us section. This is an organization we are doing Salesforce training from 2018 and we have trained and guided 2000 plus candidates so far. And if you also want to know about our placement assistance, visit our placement assistance section where you can find the list of people and the category. You can see the list of people who got trained and placed from our side. You can also visit their LinkedIn pages to get to know about our training and also the feedback from the relevant trainees. Okay. And also, if you want to do the course inquiry, click on contact us. You will see the form. You can fill the form and submit the inquiry. Our team will get back to us. Thank you.